And so we discuss about free mistakes, and I assume that there's some strategy around or something that can help us.
If you get nothing more than this, this video today, Diana, is understanding that the number one differentiator and profit maximizer that you have as a builder is design. Okay,
Yeah.
there's nothing stronger than that because it's such a strong emotional appeal. And so we want to go into next is maybe into a few strategies. Does that sound okay on using design to help you make sales?
Yes, I'm curious about how can we strategize around that.
All right, so we'll start off with number one. You want to charge for design, and you want to charge early and often. Okay, so you want to charge. So I recommend breaking your design charges into two parts. One for a concept plan, again for full design. The key to doing this is number one, you have to just ask for it. But before you ask for it, you have to create a value proposition for your lead. Meaning that if you want to charge, let's just say $500 for a concept plan, you have to create a value proposition, a proposition that will show your lead that if they invest $500 with you to do this concept plan, they're going to get 1,000, 1,500, $2,000 worth of value in return. So the most simple way to do this is simply to tell a story about how a client that you worked with came to you and thought that they needed to design this, but when you actually put pen to paper, or computer, typed on your computer, came up with a design. When you actually did that, you were able to change the design in a way that gave them what they wanted, but saved them thousands of dollars, in most cases. So it's your expertise in the industry combined with your ability to design is why people are going to pay you money to design something where some of your competitors might be doing for free.
It's very interesting. And another strategy.
Yeah, so the next strategy is to include time for interior design in your design deposit. So again, looking at that two-step process, what we do, number one is we get a concept plan going to narrow the budget a little bit. People see something, they get excited about it, they want to go to the next step. So then you give them more money, you're going to do a full design now. You should be budgeting for interior design in that as well. It's not just architectural design, but it's interior design, product selections, color selections, having an expert that works directly for you and will represent you when your clients make those interior design selections is very, very important. And it's hard, it's hard to add that into your design deposit. But I'm telling you is that your leads will pay for it and you should be charging for it.
Yeah, so that's very good strategy. And we have a first strategy, right?
Yeah, so the next one is we want to look at, okay, how do you base your design fees? Now, historically, I have not been a proponent of charging design fees based on a percentage of budget. But with the current market, the way it's at right now, and with pricing volatility coming up here, I recommend that when you charge a design fee, that you come up with an initial budget and then you do charge for a percentage of that budget. This is something new that we're seeing now that does work, whereas before it didn't work. Now, this assumes a few things like we've talked about before, which is where you're creating a slot schedule, you're creating urgency through scarcity, where people are lining up to actually meet with you and potentially have you build their home or your remodeling project. So if you come up with a budget of $150,000, guess what? Your design fees are going to be a percentage of that. So whether it's 1%, 2%, 3%, 1,500, 3,000, 40, 500, so on and so forth. You can also do it based on the anticipated complexity of the project. So a custom home versus a semi-custom home. So a home should have a much, much higher design deposit than a semi-custom home. So again, be aggressive because this is so important. The market demands it right now, and design is, again, it's a selling tool. Charge for it, create a value proposition, and then have a method to the madness. Pull out, a number out of your hat, but have a method to how you're coming up with that deposit.
And it's like I want more. Is there another strategy to?
You always want more, Diana. You're
Yes.
a remodeler. Now, this is something that really home builders can't do, but remodelers can do. If you are a remodeler and you're doing multiple services, whether you're a design builder or specialty remodeler that sells multiple projects, pre-sell design for future projects. So somebody comes to you and they say, hey, I want to do my kitchen. Well, through a process of interviewing and qualification, you should find out if this is the only project they're considering for their home or if they want to do multiple projects. And a lot of times you'll find that people want to start with the kitchen, but eventually they want to do the master suite. And then maybe they want to do the basement, or they want to do the attic, or they want to do some outdoor living spaces. Well, once you identify those, pre-sell your design with that first project. And the benefit to that is, of course, is that you pre-sell it and you discount it, is that now you have a built-in customer for down the road, right? So again, comes in for a kitchen. Okay, so I design that and I say, hey, by the way, Diana, is there any other projects you're considering down the road? We want to do our master suite. We want to, combine this bedroom. We want to create a closet and master suite. Wonderful. Normally a project like that, budget would be approximately this much, and we would charge this much to design it. However, it up front now, we'll give you this discount, and then you can actually have it as part of your overall master plan for your home. People will jump on this, and it gives you the ability to create built-in work for years down the road. So in other words, you are their remodeling advisor versus being a one and done remodeling client.